Once again, Spider Trinidadian peace. Spider Trini TV coming to you with a sober mind. Bright and early in the morning. Time is 9:36 a.m. If I'm not mistaken, it's April 3rd or the 4th, I don't know. But this is Daily Bugle 119 coming to you authentically from Keith Felix Hughes Jr. Today I want to talk about the word soulmate, or the term, or the phrase, or whatever you want to call it. But soulmate, right? A lot of times when we think about soulmates, we think about the significant other, or your spouse, or the person you're destined to be with, which is all true. However, your soulmate could be anybody who you cross paths with on your lifetime. Meaning, like, if you cross paths with somebody and they don't seem to fit with your lifestyle, or you have no kind of resignation with that person, y'all was still meant to be for a reason. Y'all was still meant to cross paths for a reason. That's why I call anybody who cross paths with you can be potentially your soulmate. You see, it doesn't always have to be a love thing. These people came in and out your life to teach you something, even if it was something that happened in the past. Or if you have ladies, if you have an ex-baby daddy, or fellas, if you have an ex-baby mom and y'all didn't work out, most of the time they were sent in your life to teach you something. Evaluate what happened within that circumstance, so that way you can better your life and learn from it. That's what the whole thing is. We're trying to grow. Whoever's seen a pond, right? A lot of times in Florida, you see these ponds, and these ponds that don't have any kind of man-made reservoir ponds, right? And they have like a green tint to it. Like it's like a slimy, muddy, swampy looking thing, and it looks green. A lot of people that's in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. That's a pond where there's no flow. When you have no flow, all of that stuff sits there and it collects bacteria and fungi and stuff. Versus if you were in the spring is constantly flowing and there's clear water around. You wouldn't be in a place where you're constantly flowing, in a mental state where everything is clear and things is constantly flowing. That's where you want to be. So if a person is a narcissist and he or she came in and out your life, they were sent to teach you something. Maybe you need to stop attracting narcissists, or change the way of your thinking to attract a better person within your life. Not all the time we're out here trying to find people and force people to be in our lives, like our soulmates or whatever. But if it don't work out, it was meant to teach you something. Always remember that when things happen, they happen for a reason. Nothing don't happen by luck. I don't believe in the word luck, and you know what I mean, deja vu and all of that crap. That's just some French words people try to throw in your vocab, in your memory bank. Try to say divine alignment. Try to think of it as divine alignment when something happens. So don't say you're lucky. Just accept the universe for aligning it with you. Whatever I know some people that have businesses, ministry businesses, and they help their churches out or whatever. Or if you're working, you're trying to help your company out as far as just by being a star person within the community and within the workforce or whatever. A lot of times, your soul contract, the fact that you're born here and you're breathing and you woke up today, your soul contract wants you to understand what you are really here to do. I advise everyone to find out their life path numbers, their, just little things where you can figure out what your path is on this planet. It's not about just following the next man. Forge your own path, be a trailblazer, be a leader. So when we say soulmates, it doesn't necessarily have to be a loved one, or it could be a brother, it could be somebody that came in and out your life for a period of time. So just a quick video just to remind people about how important it is to be broad with your thinking. So when you hear somebody talking about their soulmate, doesn't mean that it has to be like, it's something like great. It could be something bad too. Like, as far as just like people, like say if somebody wants to harm you or something. Again, it comes to teach you something. Like, shouts out to everybody that been shot or stabbed or went through some kind of traumatic experience when they were kids or something. That happened to you for a reason, so you can activate and be who you are today. Don't look at it as like, something like people like to say post-traumatic stress disorder. No, I like to say post-traumatic growth. PTG instead of PTSD. You try to learn from your traumatic experiences. That's all we should be able to learn from our past experiences so we can better our lives. It's not about repeating the same cycle and every time something pop up you think about it. I went to the medical marijuana doctor a couple months ago, right? And whoever watched The Matrix, they kind of do the same thing. They remind you about your trauma. My doctor said, "So why are you taking medical marijuana again?" And I'm like, he reminded me about my trauma, so I have to think about why I'm taking it. I said, because I've been shot and stabbed and abandoned and shit. I've been through a lot in the past. Oh, okay. He said, okay, you're clear to go. And I just leave. So now I'm leaving, like, why did he make me think about my traumatic experience? We have to be mindful of this. So maybe my medical marijuana doctor is my soulmate. He's sent here to teach me of what you're doing. Like, even though he don't know, he just wants to get paid. He don't care about, he's in the Matrix. Maybe I'm looking at it like, well, maybe this dude is teaching me something, man. Like, people really don't give a crap about you. It's about money. So that's why I was on the path of like decreasing my consumption of marijuana. Even though I have a degree in medical marijuana, I graduated like a couple years ago with a master's degree of medical marijuana. I tried to start off at the lowest point as cultivation, and then I got better and better. But then I realized that the system and people, right now, it's just like everything is a money thing. So I stepped back from that. I had to sue a company and all of that, man. Just all kind of stuff because my ambitions wasn't adding up to my environment. And what I mean by that is like my environment, I was too fast for my environment. So it goes back to the soulmate thing. If you're in the workplace or you work around people, they're there to teach you something. Whoever you're talking to the most, whoever your manager is, they're there to teach you something. Because they know who you are. They see who you are before you even know who you are. So continue on that road path, man. Know the difference between a soulmate and soulmates. There's a big difference, man. And you can't have a lover soulmate because he or she might be around you for a long time and you guys have the same values. Then yeah, that's you. That's your soulmate. You're lucky. Congratulations. However, the soulmates. I was talking about the soulmate, but the soulmates is people that comes in your life that has soul ties to you or contracts for you that was sent for you to get a message. Just like this message that's sent to your phone right now in the algorithm. We might be connected in the soul thing where it's like you have to learn from me or I have to learn from you. And not a lot of people will get this type of gift. And like I said, it's with great power comes with great responsibility. I don't want to sound like Spider-Man too much, but that's what this whole thing is about, Spider Training TV. It's about being responsible of what you need to do in order to better your life as a human being in this society and not make anything excuses, not make any kind of excuses. There's people out here living with diabetes, sickle cell. There's people out here that's calling their race like they think that it's a minority. It's to think that it's like a how do you say, I don't know, I can't even think of the word because I don't think as my culture like this, but some people will look at being black as the lowest thing you could ever be because it's so hard for society. No, we're the strongest. That's what society wants to put on you, man. We fought we were kings and emperors. If you know about the Moors and ancient Kemet, do the research, man, and stop believing what everybody else is telling you. I know we're not getting taught, but some of us are grown now. Okay, the kids, we have leniency for the kids because they just fresh to the planet. But if you over 18 and you still believing in all of this stuff, man, and trying to push that means that there's something deep rooted in you that you have to fix and find out. rather than pushing something you have no research about. We wasn't even alive 2,000 years ago. So what if we was? What would you say if you was alive 2,000 and you knew the truth of what happened? You know what I mean? Beyond the Bible, or let's go back 5,000 years ago. Or, you know what I mean? There's things that happen that's not being told. Whoever wins the story shares the glory. Meaning, like, whoever, if I come to conquer you, just like I was saying, the lady was saying in the other video, why would your enslavers will tell the truth about what happened? The person that came and conquered is going to tell their version of the truth. There's your truth and my truth and the truth. Excuse me, I said in my last episode I was going to talk about toxic positivity. So let's go ahead and merge that video in one. Toxic positivity. When you're overly positive, it's almost like there's nothing that can bother you, which is something that we all need to understand and understand. Like, optimism is good. That's what we need to understand. Optimism is great, but you have to apply balance with your optimistic behavior. So if you're really happy about something, make sure you look at the goods and bads about the whole situation. Meaning, like, if it's helping you, being positive, keep doing it. But just be aware of the secret components behind the positivity that could creep up and get you sidetracked or misguided, because you're not focusing on your I'm trying to overthink of an example as I'm be freestyling. So, toxic positivity, man. We all done it in the past. Like, let's say if we work in a job, right? And you don't like your job at all, but you're going there because you need the money. However, the workspace environment is real negative, and you're the only light there. So the way you would perceive toxic positivity is that you just keep going to work and say, you know what, I'm just doing it for the money, and whatever happens, just for the money. That's it. You know, that's toxic positivity, because it's not sitting right within your core. It's not something that you really enjoy doing, so you're just winging it, you know. And to other people, it might seem like you like it, but you're just putting up a front. I'm not gonna go into too much of detail of toxic positivity. That's just my take on it. If you look into the episode, I'm not sure if it's 116 with me and my brother Ola was talking about it. That's exactly what I was trying to say as far as toxic positivity. Meaning, like, we have to kind of go above and beyond and kind of be an overseer of what's really going on within the environment, rather than just going straight to thinking everything will be okay. Analyze your environment. Be a room reader. Look at the room. Look at people's facial expressions. Look at their body language. You know, sum up your thoughts within that to guide you. Now, a lot of people don't have this discernment thing or intuition, but it's something that you can't be taught. It's either you have it or not. Once again, in spite of Trinidadian, I appreciate you. I think I'm gonna go paddleboarding today, so stay tuned for the next video in the Springs. Peace.